Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the brand new 2019 Christmas film, Last Christmas. This is a true-to-form rom-com directed by Paul Feig. Emma Thompson wrote, produced, and is one of the main stars of this film. Kudos to Emma Thompson. She is a British powerhouse for sure. She is an amazing actress, an amazing artist to begin with. But playing this Yugoslavian character, who's the mother of Emilia Clarke's character, Katerina, or Kate as she calls herself, is very neat, and it's very cool. So this film is exactly as the trailer shows us. I'm an emotional wreck, to be honest, because this movie has quite the twist at the end that I didn't see coming, and I'm still taking it in. It's been like 45 minutes since this movie ended by the time it ended and I got home, and I'm not okay. I'm still processing. We'll talk about the film a bit, and then we'll talk about actual plot points. So I'll scream spoiler alert when I'm going to spoil things. So in the trailer we have Emilia Clarke's character Kate meeting up with Henry Golding's character Tom. They bump into each other a bunch of times in the streets of London. And what's neat about this film is that it's London, but it's not the London that we see all the time. It's not the Bridge or Big Ben or, the main staple. See, I'm not from the area, obviously. So that's all I know about London is those two things. And then London's version, Times Square, has the largest Lego store in the world. That's it. That's all I know about those particular things, just based off of what I see in film. I've never been there yet. So we see a part of London where it's very diverse. There's people from all walks of life, all different ethnicities, all different creeds, all different religions, all different orientations for that matter. There's a lot of same-sex partners in this film, and I'm so happy to see it normalized. It's a long way coming. So thank you, Paul, and thank you, Emma, obviously, for doing this. Now, I've had my grievances with Paul in certain films, but he's an artist. He can portray things. There's always action sequences in all his films. There's always, perfectly choreographed sequences that just work, and the cinematography works, and having Emma Thompson bring the story to light, kind of a thing, worked. It worked. So I love this film. This is one of the best films I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of films, not just one of the best Christmas films. This is one of the best films I've ever seen. I have not, maybe twice before, but I have not sat in my seat in the theater watching it, jaw literally like this. What is this? Two finger gap of mouth, like that. Lean in. Did not expect the tears to come down my face. Didn't expect a roll of laughter in the very beginning of the film with Michelle Yeoh's character saying, I can't have you dying in front of the customers. I don't have enough tinsel to cover your corpse. Who came up with that line? I'm using that. I work in retail. I'm using that from now on. Oh my God, hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. That's the other funny thing. I love that Henry Golding and Michelle Yeoh, Y-A-O, Yeoh? I think it's Yeoh, Michelle Yeoh. They played mother and son in Crazy Rich Asians, and now they're in another movie together. They're not technically in a scene together, technically, but it's still neat knowing that they worked together before. So I like that. I like actors working together. I know I've said that a bunch of times. Like I enjoy seeing actors and actresses who work well together work together on other projects. There's a difference between working on a Marvel film, because Marvel is one cinematic universe. So it's one giant story with sub-stories here and there. I'm talking about like Aubrey Plaza and Zac Efron have been in 2 movies together, kind of a thing, but different characters, right? Just et cetera, right? Things of that nature. It It enjoys me. It enjoys me. Gives me joy. I don't know how to say it. My mind is just a blank. Okay. Spoiler alerts. If you do not want to know the actual plot, stop watching and then come back so we can all cry together. Okay. So, Kate needs a new heart back in 2016. This film takes place in 2017, right? She works at this Christmas store for Santa, who is Michelle's character. She's just not taking care of herself. She's fighting with her parents. She's fighting with her friends. She's just a mess and doesn't know what's going on. She runs into this person, Tom, Henry's character, who was always about looking up. You put your phone down. His phone's in a cupboard. You just look up and see new things, and she does it, and she hangs out with him, and she starts involuntarily volunteering at a homeless shelter where he volunteers at, and she starts singing, and she's failing all these auditions, but she's becoming more to herself, kind of a thing, and just learning things about herself and trying to do better and heal her heart and be better. And she knows she can trust Tom and tell Tom these things because she feels close to him and comfortable with him, and she can just vent to him, and breaks down. Emotional stuff. We got the lesbian sister, we got the fighting parents, we got all the craziness going on, we got Brexit going on, we got people screaming, "Get out of my country, speak English." We got the whole works, right? And then she goes back to Tom's flat, and there's a realtor in Tom's flat, and he's saying that this is just a unit that they show people because no one lives here, and it's just an example of the other units. And she's like, "No, but this is Tom lived here." And the guy's like, "No, some younger guy used to live here, but he died, like a year ago, and it was like Webb or something." And then all of a sudden it's those flashbacks, and she's getting all these memories and talking to herself, and Tom was dead the whole time. Tom was in an accident, and he's an organ donor, and Kate had heart problems and needed a heart transplant, and Kate literally got Tom's heart. And that's why she's seeing him. That's why she's comfortable with him. That's why she can tell him things, because he's literally a part of her. That she literally fell in love with the ghost of the person whose heart she has, and she's vowing to take care of his heart. What? As cliche as all of this is, he literally gave her his heart. I did not, in my wildest fantasies, expect this to go the way this was. I honestly thought, far-fetched thought of a twist where he was an actual serial killer, and that this film was going to be a horror comedy. I honestly thought that, just because of how successful Anna vs. the Apocalypse was. Last year or something like that. I honestly thought this was going to have a twist of some kind of he's a serial killer tied up with Christmas lights, just like in Better Watch Out, which was another successful horror comedy. It just seemed like it was going in a creepy way just because he was so very mysterious. I did not expect him to be dead this entire time and give her his heart the last Christmas. What? So, to that, I'm gonna actually stand. You're not gonna see my face, but I need to stand. You're gonna see my hands. I am doing a very subtle but very appropriate standing ovation because this film was phenomenal. I don't know how else to say this. This film was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I laughed. I cried. I was in complete awe. I'm still in complete shock. I don't get this worked up about films. I get this worked about films. Let's take this back a bit. But normally I can see where the story's going, right? This took me way out of left field. Way out of left field. Did not expect such poetry of literally giving her his heart. Unbelievable. 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 The only other time that I've seen something like this was in... Oh, when was this? There was a show on Fox called Red Band Society. Octavia Spencer was the lead nurse in this show. It was a ward where there was like dying kids, basically, or kids with illnesses, something like that, but they're all teenagers. So they're all interacting with each other, whatever. This one girl has a bad heart, and this guy that she likes winds up dying, and like she sees his ghost, and like he winds up being her organ donor, and he literally gives her his heart, kind of a thing, right? The way they did that threw me off guard as well, but you kind of saw that coming, and you're like, holy shit, that's awesome. That's never been done before. That's so cool. And then here we are now in 2019 with this film taking place in 2017, having this being portrayed, but this was a 2-hour movie, or hour and 40 minute, whatever the hell it was. It was a long movie. I didn't expect this. I expected that with Red Band Society, and Red Band Society only lasted for 1 season on Fox. I consider it a miniseries now because it was so beautifully executed, and it's so unfortunate. Mandy Moore was in it. It was so unfortunate that it didn't go past just the 1 season, because it was awesome. Phenomenal writing, phenomenal acting. Love. And no one talks about that show. That show was fantastic. I give everyone credit for that. And all those kids are so old now, I feel ancient, but... amazing. And so that was my first thought when it's revealed that she has been talking to his ghost the entire time. I was like, oh my God, this is Red Band Society all over again, but in a completely different way. And I'm okay with that. I have nothing against that. There's so many ways to give that literal heart to someone, figuratively and realistically. I'm just blown away. I'm blown away with both what Red Band did, and I'm blown away with what Last Christmas did. Makes George Michael proud. I hope George Michael's proud. Yeah. So, what have you guys thought of this film? Are you as completely perplexly blown away? This surpassed my expectations. I had high expectations for this film because of the cast and crew, but I did not expect the gold, the diamond, platinum, titanium. I don't know. What's the most important substance on Earth? Blood? I didn't not printer ink. I don't know. Water? I did not expect the glory that this film was, and I literally want to live in that Christmas shop. Gorgeous, and I want that robot in a tutu ornament. That was really cute as well, and that creepy monkey that Michelle was holding for the longest time. Ugh, Christmas, man, brings out the tears in everyone. Such a wonderful, wonderful, heartfelt film. I needed to see this by myself. I saw it by myself. I did invite a friend, but he was busy. It's fine. I needed to see this by myself. This is one of those times where you need to just cry by yourself in a movie theater and just have your mouth agape and just be completely exasperated, in awe, based off of the superb, I can't even think of words right now, superb art that was presented to you in all its glory. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to listen to this rant about how perfect Last Christmas was. Thank you, everyone, for making this film. Yeah, I need to go cry some more. I'm amazed. Mucho mahalo, guys.